in here.
Hey, welcome to Reader's Retreat. I'm Paul, and the guy says he's Ocean Graveyard 3172 is also Paul, but you can call him whatever he tells you to call him.
Hey, I'm a man of 1,000 names for a reason. I like changing my name. That's just me.
But
I am sharing it out right now.
awesome.
See,
Hey.
Girly Girls here. Thank you.
Hey, cool gamer.
Hey, Terry.
Hey, Terry. We're waiting to see how many people shows up before you start talking. But me and Paul was talking about books in the background, off camera, so he might try to pick up the Kim Harrison series that I'm reading.
If I can find a decent price on it, I'm still trying to get her second graphic novel. But until the holidays come up, it's still $50 for 172 pages for Blood Crime.
You guys got a what's that name of that? What we have? It's not oldies. Ollie. OLLIES or something like that. Ollies.
I'll have to check that one. I don't know anything about that.
They have a lot of graphic novels that's anywhere from that. I mean, I've even picked up some that from there that just came out for $3 to $5.
Okay, I will definitely check that out. But during the holidays, like between November and December, that graphic novel is like maybe $10.
Right.
But during the summertime, the cheapest you're going to find it is $45, $50, and it is 172 pages. So
right, but you would think that they would make it higher around the holidays than around the summertime.
I guess they just want to sell everything they can during that time.
Anyway, this is the announcement for Blackout Bingo, and this is going to start January 1st, 2024. It will end December 31st, 2024. And mainly, it is a 5x5 with an extra point. And I'll explain the extra point later. Now, there's two ways you can win. You just have to let me know which way you're going to do it. Are you going to read one per box or two per box? If you do one per box, you can have a half of the blackout, the bingo. If you do two per box, then that is a complete blackout bingo. And the extra point, the extra box is you can get rid of 2 or 3 of these at the same time by using the extra box, which is a book over 500 pages. So what do you think, Paul?
I think it's good. I think I'm interested in what is in each box.
Right. Well, in the first box, it is read a author new to you.
I like that idea.
And I have a lot of books I have never read the author from, but I got the books. The second one, I'm going sideways here, is read a fantasy.
I just picked up like 8 of them. I've never read any of the authors yet, so that works.
I have a question, not to interrupt.
Yeah.
Does that include urban fantasy?
Okay.
No.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's because there's a couple boxes down here that does go with urban fantasy.
Okay.
Gotcha.
We just want to specify. We're not saying anything good or bad. Just trying
That's
to.
good. That's why someone should always be up here with someone doing this. That way they can ask questions. I like that. And the third one is read a Western.
Okay, that one would be a challenge for me because I've never read one, so I'm going to admit it.
Right. But like I said, you can do a 25 if you don't want to do the whole 50 books. The fourth book is read a mass market paperback, which everybody reads mass market paperbacks.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, that's why they're mass market. And the fifth one is read a hardback book. And most people can get a hardback book.
I just started collecting them. I think I just gained like 40 of them this year. So I think I can cover that one.
I have
Then
one
the
in the mail.
Say what?
Erica said she's got one coming in the mail. That's
Awesome.
Kim Harrison that I read. And she's crawling at the bit, painting the walls, waiting to read it.
Right. The sixth one would be read a cozy mystery.
Those I can find. I just don't have any on hand.
And I know I got one down here somewhere. I have to find it. Okay. For people that don't know what a cozy mystery is, it's something like that. Six Cats a Slaying is a cozy mystery. It is a person that is not on the police force or a detective or private eye that is solving the crime. That's a cozy mystery. Because I know there's some people that don't know what a cozy mystery is. Honestly, I didn't know what a cozy mystery was until last year.
Yeah, I didn't realize I went to Google when I started thinking about the bingo. I started Googling it. I didn't know there was like 57 different genres, but a lot of them coincide with other ones. So,
right. The seventh one is read a ghost book.
got that one covered.
That means any book with a ghost in it. And the eighth one is read a thriller.
Those I have.
Eighth book is read a horror.
Got that covered.
10th book is read a book about oceans.
Got that covered. That'll be in my video tomorrow or the next day.
11, read a true story or bio.
That I've never done, but I've always wanted to.
Well, I got a true story about the serial killer here in South Carolina, and I got a bio of can't think of his name, but he wrote and drew for Marvel and DC Comics.
I have a book in mind. It's just they don't carry at the library.
Right.
Well, I want to order this one because I've heard tons about it, but I'll save that for another day.
Okay. Okay, the next one is read a mystery.
I'm sure I can find one.
Next one is Erica's favorite author. Read a Kim Harrison book.
I definitely got that covered.
I'll find the ebook or pamphlet. Make it quicker.
Here's one. Now, I will have to explain this one because it says read a romance. Now, I am not talking only about Harlequin, okay? But there is paranormal romance, there's supernatural romance, and stuff like that. That dives more into the shifters and the vampires than it does into the romance, but it's still considered a romance. The next one, read a Stephen King book.
I got 4 or 5 of them I can read.
right? And the thing is, now here I'm going to take a little bit of break and explain something about this extra point, people. If you say, I'm going to take this extra point and read a Stephen King book, and it's over 500, and say Shining is over 500 pages. So you're going to read the Shining from Stephen King. Then you can come up here and mark off a ghost book because it is about ghosts. You can mark off a horror book because it is horror. And I will even allow marking off a thriller because I think it's a thriller also.
Okay, so you're saying if I read a Joe Hill novel, it counts as half a point?
Now, Joe Hill, his books are. I don't really. I tried. I read The Fireman, and to me, that was more of a thriller.
I have that book, but I have a hard time sticking with it.
Yeah.
I get so far, I put it down. Get so far, I put it down. One of these days, I'll get through it.
But that's how you use the extra point on this to get more marked off than what you actually read.
Okay.
And that's why we gave you the extra point. So the next one is read a urban fantasy not from Kim Harrison.
That's not being fair.
I have 4 on the shelf I just picked up 2 weeks ago. They were given away for free. So, and 2 are the first 2 books in the series.
Well, look at how many of her books I own.
I own a lot of Kim's too. That's why I'm doing it. I mean, people hate saying that I'm making it easy on myself. Because anybody that watches my channel knows I love Kim Harrison.
I think that's a way to get people involved in more than just one author from the urban fantasy realm, too.
Right. Hey, Kyle, how you doing, bud? Just like the new series I'm starting. It's a Jennifer Estep series.
Okay, and there's one I'm going to grab real quick.
This is only fiction, so we don't count. Science fiction.
I thought I had it laying out where I could quickly run and get it, but don't look like it. That is it now. But, oh well. I'll look for it later. I just thought I had 2 of them set right here, and now I can't find them.
Yeah, my books moves around on me when I try to find them too.
It's only the ones I'm looking for that you can't
find. Right. That's me. Every time I go okay, it's on this shelf. No, it's not there. It's not even in the bookshelf I'm looking at. But I knew for a fact it was on that shelf.
If you know how many times I've rearranged stuff, I'm lucky to find anything.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of that now. I'm trying to put some of these books into the setting room that I'm going to start filming.
Yeah, I can always show them off later.
Yeah.
That's fine. I just thought I had it handy, and now it's all buried. So,
but the E-Step series I'm reading is the Elemental Assassin series, and the first one's called Spider Bite, and most of it has to do with a spider. The series names, because from what I understand, the main character, they call her the Spider.
I have seen that book at the library, but I don't know anybody that's ever read it. So.
Right. Well, I'm going to be reading it this coming week. Spider Bite.
Oh, here's another idea. You may or may not want to do it, but like you brought up urban fantasy, and this is what you gave the idea for. okay, well, I have a few urban fantasies I could show off and just see what other people think, or which one do you like best?
Right.
Just for an extra video to throw in there.
Right.
Well, right now I'm disappointed, so.
What?
He's holding that against me, no Tim Harrison. That's fucking wrong.
I'll get you into a new author one way or the other.
Well, awesome. I mean, honestly, Erica, I think you would like Jennifer Estep.
Well, honestly, I think you purposely put that in there to hold it against me.
Well,
No,
I got
think, I,
back.
think I personally put it in there to hold it against me, not you.
And actually have a backup for you, Erica. I first got you into the Jenna Black series. That was before she started reading Kim Harrison. And she was just, in my opinion, just as good, if not better, than Harrison. But that's my own personal opinion.
Right.
This is good.
See, she admitted it. Just as good, but there's only 6 books in the series.
I
Right.
read that full series and I read double.
Yeah, that's one of the few series we both read and enjoyed. That very seldomly happens.
That's good, though. Okay, the next one is read a sci-fi.
I do
That's-
have 2,
I
3.
do have sci-fis. I do have sci-fis, but I just don't care for them.
I don't really care for them either, but I will push through one just to say I did.
And here's one that me and Paul both likes. Read a graphic novel.
I got a Tim Harrison one.
She already read it. Don't count.
I can reread.
The next one is read a reread.
See, there it counts. It counts.
See, that's something like you said, that's something we talked about that I usually don't do, but I do have a few set aside that I do want to reread. And that's less than 1%. So,
Right.
well, you can't mark off that.
Now here it is. Read a classic horror. And the way I look at it is, now me, I'm going to be reading Dracula and Frankenstein.
For classic horror, would that count if it's a 70s or 80s, like Paperback from Hell book?
Right.
I have a few. Okay. Just double checking because I don't know the authors, never read the book, but they're all from the 70s and very early 80s.
The way that the copyrights goes nowadays is anything that is 20 or 25 years old is considered a classic.
Perfect.
And I got a few of them from the 70s and 80s that I could read, but I haven't read Dracula and Frankenstein for a while, so I'm thinking about going with that. Read a Ted Dekker book.
I have 6 of them and 3 are in the series.
Read a book you think will be a 5-star.
That should probably be the easiest one.
Read a book with bones in title.
I know I have one. I'm just not sure where it is.
You had that one that you're talking about that did the Bone series.
Oh, yeah, Kathy Wrights. I
Yeah.
think I donated that to the library, but it shouldn't be that hard to find one.
Yeah, about every book of hers has to do with Tim Brennan, has bones in the title.
Yeah.
Read a self-published author.
Well, you have Yankees book.
Yeah. And
Read
I also have Nick's book
That's
from
you.
Sticky Noodles.
Right.
And I'm friends of Chris Miller, which I think is a phenomenal author. He's newer, has really long books, but what I've heard from everybody, he's a phenomenal horror author. Little bit of everything in all his books, and the shortest one is like 480 pages.
Sounds good. Read a softback book. And for people that don't know what a softback is, back in my day,
It's made of soap. No, it's not.
oh, now watch. There ain't a softback on the shelves.
I have tons of them.
Actually, there is. Just one, a few of them.
I had one handy.
This is a softback. Some people call them floppies.
I have a few.
And some people call them paper. And I hate it when they call it paper.
Yeah.
Because when they first came out back in the day, it was considered a softback. And some of the publishers still call them softbacks. They don't call them paperbacks. Some does, some don't.
So you got the paperbacks, softbacks, and hardcovers.
Yep. And I got a pile of self-published authors right here. I'll pick that one up later. Okay. That would make us at the end. So if you just want to do 25, that is a half. That is still a bingo. It's just a half of the blackout bingo. But if you read all 50, then that is a total blackout. Myself, I'm going to go for the whole 50. And Lord help me with those romance ones. God help me with those.
Hey, we all have our favorites, at least favorites. I'm going to have trouble with a few. I'll admit it.
Yep.
I'll try to do the same. But like you said, there's a year time limit. You read as fast or slow as you want. And like you do, I like to read more than one book at once. So maybe I accomplish a few in a few weeks, maybe.
Right. Right. Now, I am planning on using that 500 to hit 3 or 4 of these squares at least once. And you can only use the extra point one time.
Do you get a bonus if you don't use that extra point at all?
Never thought about it.
I just figured it's a question.
Yeah, I never thought about it. But you should, huh?
I just thought, yeah, a lot of people in the beginning will want to use it, but maybe you could get a bonus or subtract one of your squares or whatever if you, a free spot, so to speak, if you don't use a bonus. But that's just an idea.
That is an idea. Never thought about it. I'll think about it before I put up the TBR in December, though.
That's going to be a long TBR.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick out 5 books and at a time.
And you just gave me an idea to do more videos because I was kind of searching on what I should do or what I want to do. And with this bingo board that you're doing, you're giving me more ideas for me doing book categories or book genres. Okay, these are, if I have to, I'll do it in parts. These are the ones I have in this genre, these and this. Which do you think sounds best?
Right.
Just kind of try to be, I'm going to try to be more interactive.
Right. And the thing is, I did get the bingo from you because I never even tried a bingo before for as long as I've been on YouTube.
I've seen 1,000 people do it. The problem is, I always had the idea, well, let's try to all come up with our own just because I want to see the ideas everybody else has. Everybody thinks a little differently.
Well, the thing is that's why I came up with this. That way, if somebody don't know about yours, they can join mine.
Yeah.
But if they know about yours, they're going to want to make their own. And that's fine. And sometimes if you do it right, you can do mine and his and mark them all off.
There you go. If I can get that many read, I have a feeling it's going to be a slow reading year because other stuff I have going on, but I'm still going to participate and try to do what I can.
Right.
And I'm going to try to do other projects in the meantime. Like over the last year, for some reason, I accumulated like 10 Michael Crichton books. I have seen the movies, but I want to see what's more into the books.
I can honestly say I don't think I've read any of his.
Okay.
He's the one that wrote the dinosaur one, right?
Jurassic Park, yeah, and Jurassic World. But there's books before that ever came out, and there's books after that came out that have nothing to do with dinosaurs.
That sounds good, though.
Like Airframe has to do with plane crash, hijacking and plane crash. That has nothing to do with dinosaurs.
Right. So, people, if you want to join me, let me know down in the comments when you rewatch this. And everybody's welcome. Like I said, if you only read 25, that's one book from each category. That's still considered a half of Blackout bingo.
Well, I think Terry will get the biography done before we do.
He does like rating the, the artist that is in music. He loves rating those bios.
And that's kind of the one I'm looking for. It has to do with a musician that got into the wrong type of crowd, drugs, and all that kind of stuff, and what he went through.
Right. Okay. Anybody else have any good ideas? Because I know that me and Paul's going to have other readathons besides the bingos that we're doing.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a few popping up here and there.
I think you said that you want to do something like a author a month or something like that.
I was thinking author a month, but what I'm really wanting to do is do my own, like you do, taking the idea from you, my own birthday-a-thon.
Right.
That's kind of going to be a quick read so many books that you think are going to be 4 stars or up for your own personal readathon.
Right.
So it can be any category, any genre, just dedicated to you only.
Right. Now mine was put names of books in a jar and pull out 4 or 6 up to what the person thinks they can read. That's what mine was this year.
Yeah.
Something different. I try to do something different every year.
But I figure if I make it open and just read what you want to read for that month, it's unlimited. You can read 1, you can read 50 in that month. Well, I know you probably can't read. A lot of people can't read 50 in a month. But
I can't.
How many you can read in a month is up to you, depending on how your month goes.
Well, because sometimes I get half a book read a month. Depends how busy I get. And that's where a lot of people don't take in mind is sometimes people does get busy and the books does not get read.
Because like I was talking to another booktuber, I'll do a shout out to him later, but their July, August, September is when they get the most stuff read. For me, late fall and most of winter is when I have my most read. But for everybody, it's something different.
Right. Well, because of my health, I ain't going to go into that at all.
Yeah, I'm not either. I just had a scare, but I'm not going into that.
I did hire a yard man to come and mow the lawn and all that stuff. And I told him, gave me a deal, and you can use my equipment for other people's yards.
Well, I just hope they don't cost you a fortune.
No. One person wanted 125, and I said no. I'll go out and have a heart attack first.
I'm not selling my lawn on eBay. Give me a discount.
But we have weed eaters, we have mowers, and this guy could, say $50 every time he cuts. That's good. Because if he cuts it every 3 weeks, that's once a month.
Well, I guess it would all depend. Don't tell me, but it would all depend on how big your yard is, whether it's 1 or 50 acres. I'm sure that would have a deal to it too.
It's like a 0.7 acre.
Okay. My grandparents actually had 1 acre in their backyard. They had to hire somebody, and there had people coming by trying to charge them a grip of money, like you said. That's just ridiculous.
Right. I mean, it's not even a yard, it's not even 1 acre. It's a 0.7 acre. So, I mean, it's a lot of room especially when you have to mow the hillsides and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Anything with hills are going to charge more. Hills, dips, slopes, valleys. They're going to extra.
Right.
It's going to be more for this, more for that.
But because I'm letting him use the equipment for other people's yards to make him more money, I think this guy is going to just charge me around $50 every 3 weeks.
That actually sounds like I never thought of that, but it actually sounds like a great deal.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're probably borrowing them the tools to do other yards,
Right.
Would you have a stipulation where please keep the blade sharpened or whatever, or there is stipulation?
I doubt this guy even has that kind of stuff, but he can always bring it back, and I can take them off and do it myself.
Okay, I just wondered if there was any other deals worked out.
But gas and oil is going to be up to him.
Yeah, and with the gas prices going up again,
mm-hmm.
and I'm sure the oil will go up eventually, that's going to be tacked on to stuff too. So
right. Okay, well, I think I'm going to get off here. So that pizza my sister's making smells good. She's making homemade pizza today. And I'm going to go and see if it's time to grab.
Yeah, I did a little shake and bake barbecue pork chops for something different. I thought it turned out good, but I haven't had shake and bake in years, and all of a sudden it went back in stores. So I figured, why not? Something different.
Yeah.
That and the fact it's supposed to rain on and off all day. It hasn't started, but when it is, it's just going to be either rain, or one big rainstorm all night. So.
That's like here. Yesterday wasn't supposed to be no rain. Nice sunny day. And we had one good thunderstorm yesterday. And I told him, I said, you can't pay attention to the weather, man, because if he says 2% rain, it's going to rain. If he says 50 to 60, it won't rain.
Yeah. Hey, Benny. The best way to do the weather is stick your head outside. Okay, I'm getting wet. It's raining.
Hey, Benny. But I'm going to get off here and go eat supper. And thank you, Paul, for coming up.
Yes.
And the reason why I wanted him to come up mainly is that way you can see the guy that I got the idea of the Blackout bingo from.
Well, that and the fact you mentioned earlier on, we could probably do this on my channel.
Right.
And if you are open to it, maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if you want to do the same type of thing on my channel, if you're open to that, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to. And I'll only have like one guest, and that'll be you, unless there's other people who want to talk about just books.
Right. I'm open for it. Just remind me,
Okay.
because we know when you hit my age, your mind goes. It's the first thing to go. And I will be 60 on the 29th. So.
Too bad it's not the 30th. We could double it.
But we can triple it because Terry's the 31st.
Oh, geez. And we all know Terry's 65, right?
But you guys take care, and I'll be seeing everybody later on.
All right. Thanks for having me up. You all have a great day.
Time.